Millions of people around the world are getting pretty crafty while locked up in quarantine due to the coronavirus spread, but leave it to Seth Rogen to entertain us all as he live tweeted his experience watching Cats while stoned out of his mind. What's up, y'all? I'm Emile Ennis Jr. back here on Clevver News. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world. Now, just in case you're wondering, Clevver is not going anywhere. We're going to be right here delivering all the latest celebrity news and drama that you need to know, but from the comfort of our homes in order to prevent the spread of coronavirus and keep everyone at Clevver safe. Now, let's jump into the story. Seth Rogen, who has never been one to shy away from the fact that he regularly smokes weed, had himself quite an interesting night on Tuesday while practicing a bit of social distancing. He took to Twitter to let his fans know that he decided to watch the film adaptation of the Broadway musical Cats for the first time, and with his comedic wits and a little bit of weed, his tweet spree was everything we could have imagined and more. But really quick, I do have to mention that this movie received a massive amount of backlash and critique as it scored a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, and if that isn't any indication of how much of a box office bomb it was, James Corden, who played one of the cats, revealed on his Late Late Show that on a scale of 1 to 10 of how much he regrets doing it, he went with a 5.
I decided to do it in the same way that I've decided to do many things. Some have worked and some haven't.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it at a solid 5.
All right, now that you've been warned, back to Seth. So Seth kicked off his night by tweeting, quote, "I'm pretty stoned and watching Cats. I've never seen the Broadway show. It is truly trippy. Am I supposed to know what a jellicle is? They've said it 200,000 times, but I don't know what's happening." I'd be willing to bet Seth is in the same boat as the majority of America on what a jellicle is, but it doesn't matter because we haven't even gotten to the good parts. He began to point out what much of the world did when first watching the film, noting details like some cats wearing pants while others aren't, the way they move, and the fact that there are legit 35 songs introducing cats. So perhaps Andrew Lloyd Webber also took a puff before creating this masterpiece, just a thought. But Seth then continued watching and pointed out that everything from the scales on set to the cat's completely disproportionate bodies are trippy to say the least. He wrote, "Also, the scale is bizarre. The behind the scenes features, which are amazing, said the set is 2.5 times scale, but that would mean cats are like 60 pounds in real life." And then in another tweet he said, "These cats are like 2 feet tall in this world. That's a huge cat." Honestly, never thought I'd be having cat nightmares amid a global pandemic, but here we are. Anyway, many characters began making appearances throughout the movie, which led Seth to notice interesting facts about some of the actors. His tweets read, "Jason Derulo's feet don't look like they're touching the ground, and Judi Dench is in a cat fur coat, which I can only assume is socially appalling in this world." But one thing that Seth was especially confused by was the fact that they actually had to go to cat school, and judging from his experience directing films, he said, "I have a hard time getting actors to rehearse for like 20 minutes. They got these people to train to lick their hands and rub them in their hair for weeks." Other little takeaways from Seth's review included cats wearing Chuck Taylors, a human milk bar, and despite her frowned upon fur coat, how cuddly Judi Dench actually looks. Pretty fair assumptions if I'm just being honest here. But naturally, fans were in hysterics over Seth's tweets, as many came to realize that this was no ordinary bake sesh. One user wrote, "Oh, so you baked." Another user made a comical coronavirus joke saying, "Do you think they had to unlearn the licking after? Because that's not COVID-19 approved at all." Okay, that joke is either too soon or too accurate. But then one person tweeted some Socrates-inspired philosophical wizardry that even threw me for a loop, and I'm not even the slightest bit faded. They said they licked their hands. Wait, would it be hands or paws? Cats have paws, but actors in this film playing said cats have hands. So which is it? This is a deep philosophical question, guys. Like that old thought experiment, Schrodinger's? Oh my God, y'all, it all makes sense. Seriously though, there were a lot of really deep, thoughtful questions and details that Seth made, so I'm gonna go think about that while watching Cats and practicing my social distancing. But before I do that, I have to hear from you guys. What did you think about Seth's tweet spree? And can anybody tell me what a jellicle is? I'm really curious to know. Let me know in the comment section below. And then when you're done with that, click right over here to watch another brand new video on Clevver. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you never miss a single thing. I'm Emile Ennis Jr. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon right back here on Clevver News. We got you covered.